It is important that an educator has certain standards and dispositions that they use within their classroom environment to become a successful educator. Some dispositions that I possess that make me a successful teacher are: I am sensitive to the individual learning and social needs of every student within my classroom environment, and I curate a cultural, diverse environment inside my classroom community as well. I do this by obviously supporting any student that has IEP or 504 documentation that needs extra supports. Of course, they are given these supports. But I also give extra help to other students that might not have documentation but clearly do need that extra ounce of attention or support to get a good grade in the class. I do that for everyone, not just the ones that have documentation. I also embrace diversity in my classroom by teaching to various learning styles, the visual, hands-on. If my student needs to stand because they learn better standing, I give them clipboards. I let them sit on the floor if they prefer that, on the counter. As long as they are engaged, I'm going to adapt whatever they need adapted to be a successful student. I feel every teacher should do that. I also promote equity in my classroom and ethical behavior in my classroom by giving the same stuff to every student. Every student is given the same amount of support in work, the same amount of support in extra time. If a student were to come to me and say, I really couldn't finish this assignment because X, Y, and Z happened to my family, okay, here's some extra time. And I would give that to literally every student in my classroom. I do give every student a week for literally every homework assignment because I know life is crazy and they have crazy lives. I have a crazy life. I don't expect them to do an assignment in a day, and I hope they wouldn't expect me to grade everything in a day. It's kind of an easy and ethical balance for teacher and student, and it honestly promotes a good environment in my classroom. I also model integrity for the word and actions in my classroom. I do not lie to my students. If they ask me a question, I answer it the most appropriately and professionally as I can to every question they ask. For instance, if they ask why I'm out for a certain day, I will be as honest as possible. Say I'm out for an illness. Oh, well, guys, I was sick. I'm sorry I couldn't attend school. I'm not going to lie. I don't feel like it's important to lie, or actually respectful to lie to your students. Obviously, you can't tell them everything, but you can tell them in a professional way and answer. And honestly, it promotes a better relationship with your students when they know that you aren't lying to them. It makes them feel more respected. Some dispositions I need to work on to grow as an educator is being more committed to the professionalism. As myself as a teacher, I am a first-year teacher, so I know some things I will grow in better as I become a teacher for more years. For instance, having a fine line of relationships with my students, and never became unprofessional, but less joking as a teacher. I feel like I joked around a little too much this year. And yeah, it's fun for the students and it's fun for me, but sometimes not everything has to be a joking matter as a teacher. Sometimes you just gotta have the line and be like, okay, we're done, time to get to work, no more joking. I do need to grow on that. Creating more opportunities for curiosity and discovery in my classroom is another disposition I want to work on as an educator, because there's actually studies show that if a student discovers something in math, that they will learn and apply the concept better than just being shown it. So I do want to make more opportunities for that in my classroom as well. Again, it's not an excuse, but I was a first-year teacher, so I think those will come to me as I grow as an educator as well. A professional educator to me looks like someone that has a good balance in relationship with students and their fellow peers of educators. What a way a professional educator will behave is showing respect to every student within their classroom, being fair to every student in their classroom, having fun with every student in their classroom to a point, does their job, prepares their lessons properly, and effectively uses their lessons to make connections with their students academically and socially and culturally. And professional educator always is a bit available to their other teachers to provide advice or materials to help other teachers become better teachers. I think it's professional to help your colleagues grow as an educator as you're growing, promotes friendships and just a good culture within the school. Standards that guide their thinking and actions are going to be data and how their students learn. So if you look at the prior data for the school year, so like my students were 8th graders, I was looking at their 7th grade data of PSSAs and then basing that off how I'm going to teach them my current standards to help them grow. And I think that's great to use your actual student data to guide your thinking and actions, how you teach, because these are your students and they all learn differently. So you should use how they learned in the past to guide how you're teaching them for their future. Overall, it's very important to let these dispositions guide you as an educator, but again, you are growing as a professional. You learn as you do, so you can have these goals, but it will all be achieved over time.